And to this day, that haunts us. The screenshot of that.
Saba Eitizaz of the Toronto Star, who previously reported for the BBC in Pakistan, recently tried to rationalize the famous Toronto Star newspaper front page from August 26, 2021. Just 2 days later, it was apologized for and retracted by Bruce Campion-Smith, editor of the Toronto Star's editorial page. But 15 months later, Saba had this to say.
Somebody did a page design of in such a way where, it was a design choice. And it's been clarified since, it's been taken back since, but all of the things that those medical experts and people who were talking about anti-vaxxers was put up, like the quotes were put up as a design choice. And that journalist, the story was taken completely out of context. That was journalist as a racialized journalist. She was bombarded for weeks with hate, with vitriol, with the worst kind of abuse. All of the things that was, some page designers, choice, they were just like attributed to her, that she said all these things, that the Toronto Star is saying all these things. Nobody read the article. Nobody looked at the context. And to this day, that haunts us. The screenshot of that page design, that headline, is used every time I speak out about, the hate that I'm facing. Other colleagues, it's just used as some kind of proof that, this is what these guys are saying.
Bombarded with hate and vitriol, the worst kind of abuse. Interestingly enough, editor of the Toronto Star's editorial page, Bruce Campion-Smith, 2 days later, on the 28th, publicly stated that greater care should have been taken. He wrote, and I quote, "No wonder they were confused. I was too. It wasn't obvious where the comments were drawn from. There were no quotation marks to clearly signify that these were the comments of others. The fact that these were taken from Twitter was only noted in fine print at the bottom of the comments and below the fold of the newspaper, and thus not immediately apparent. The text stated that it was a, in quotes, polarizing debate. Yet the selected tweets presented just one side of this debate. Detached from the story, there was virtually no context." And he concluded, saying, and I quote, "The Star wound up stoking the very divisions it sought to write about. Greater care should have been taken." Now, 15 months later at Carleton University on December 1st, 2022, Saba Eitizaz from the Toronto Star claims that this episode is used to discredit her claims of online hate. You decide. An emotional public reaction, a natural consequence of what the Toronto Star itself has put out over months, or something more. I'll leave you with more headlines from the Star and my personal opinion, which is that when you engage in journalism, in so-called journalism, without ethical standards, you may be criticized, and sometimes vehemently so. Before politics, we were full bore in the culture war. Here at the War Campaign, we could see things going badly, and the last few years have just evidenced more of it. We're capitalists, and we make comics. We don't ask for donations, we work for money, just like God intended. Crash the System is an inspirational story that will get the young and the wise and experienced ready for what comes next. In 2039, the grand realignment has created a dystopic world. Safety and security has created a communist, socialist, technocratic hellscape. Now, we crash the system. Join us on this journey at crashwc.com. Be sure to subscribe to our newsletter as we route around censors, terms of service, and an ever-present new tech dark age. Go to wcfreedom.com and stay connected. Every Monday and Thursday, catch our morning show live at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Why not get your day going with the latest in freedom news with the War Campaign and the chat? Let's bring back those old school virtues that served our glorious civilization for so long. H for honor, A for accountability, I for integrity, and L for loyalty. Hail, brethren, and hail freedom!